Shalom to all my brothers and sisters. As promised, I'm making this short video on the topic of the rabbinical traditions of how to keep the Torah, mitzvot, on phylacteries, Tefillin, the Mezuzot, and other traditions that they take literally. How do Karaites understand the scripture to understand literal from figurative? I hope in this video you'll understand why we stand firm on studying carefully the entire Tanakh to come to the very serious conclusions that is based thoroughly on scripture alone. Now, I want to remind everyone or tell anyone who's watching possibly for the first time the Karaite motto, the creed of Karaim, who are scripturalists, or Zadok. Before the name Karaim, we were just called the righteous, who followed the written words of Elohim. The motto of Karaim is search the scriptures well and do not rely on anyone's opinion, but thorough study of scripture. Karaites do not reject all interpretation, as I stated before. Do not take the Bible literally all the time. We also take figurative as well as literal, since everything requires interpretation. Instead, Karaites hold every interpretation, because we do have interpretations, but we take every interpretation and hold every interpretation up to the same serious, objective scrutiny, regardless of its source. Now, this is very important for you to understand. The Karaite motto does not say to reject the opinion of the learned or those who interpret it a certain way, because there's a lot of things we do agree on with our rabbinical brothers and sisters. It simply warns us against relying solely on the opinion of any one rabbi or man for our interpretation without verifying its merits in light of the entire Tanakh. Careful study. Excuse me. So, that being said, let us read the passages that are interpreted by rabbinical Jews as literally binding around the arm and placing between the eyes. We see in Exodus chapter 13 verse 9, one of the passages that is used. And it shall be for you for a sign upon your hand and a zicharon upon between your eyes. We see in Exodus chapter 13 verse 16, and it shall be for a sign upon your hand and totafot between your eyes. Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 8, and you shall tie them for a sign upon your hand, and they will be a totafot between your eyes. And we see in Deuteronomy chapter 11 verse 18, and you shall tie them for a sign upon your hand again, and they will be for a totafot between your eyes. So we see several passages. We see that in one of the 4 Tefillin passages, the word totafot, which the rabbis have arbitrarily translated as frontlets, is replaced with the word zicharon. The word zicharon means literally remembrance, to remember, or reminder, and indicates that we should remember to keep the words of Elohim as if they were placed between our eyes. This is the understanding that was undoubtedly available to the ancient Israelites long ago. The word totafot itself means tiara, and even the Mishnah uses it in this sense, tiara. In Deuteronomy, the Torah is telling us to remember the commandments continually by metaphorically placing them on our heads like a tiara and on our hands as jewelry. The theme of decorating ourselves with the Torah is a theme that is repeated throughout the Tanakh, many times in Tanakh. Let's take a look at a couple passages. For example, we see metaphorically in Proverbs chapter 1 verses 8 through 9, listen, my son, to the teaching of your father, and do not abandon the Torah of your mother, because it is a beautiful wreath for your head, a wreath for your head, and a necklace upon your throat. We see in Proverbs chapter 3 verse 3, do not let truth and righteousness leave you, tie them upon your throat, write them upon the tablet of your heart. Now, in all seriousness, does this mean that we have to have surgery and to write it on our hearts, literally. I mean, we know it's very obvious that this is metaphoric. Again, Proverbs chapter 7, verse 3, keep my commandments and live, and my Torah as the pupil of your eye. Metaphoric again. Bind them on your finger, write them upon the tablet of your heart. Again, same notion. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 32 says, I will place my Torah in their inward parts, and upon their hearts I will write it. While the two Tefillin passages in Deuteronomy are instructing us to cherish the Torah as fine jewelry, the two passages in Exodus, when read in context that I read earlier, are in fact commanding us to cherish the memory of the Exodus from Egypt, like a tiara on our heads and jewelry upon our hands. Obviously, the memory of the Exodus from Egypt cannot be literally placed upon the head and hands. Furthermore, the so-called Tefillin passages employ a whole series of metaphoric devices. For example, we see in Exodus 13, verse 9, that the Torah of YHWH may be in your mouth. Does this mean we're going to place a little Torah scroll in our mouth? No, it does not. You shall place these words which I command you upon your hearts and upon your souls. We see that in Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 18. Is that literal too? No. So therefore, it's metaphoric. Keeping in mind the context of the Tefillin passages and the verses that I stated before, it seems appropriate to translate them as follows. Now, this is how we would translate it literally, what these passages that I read before literally mean in plain English from the Hebrew. Let's take a look. This is how it would be translated for us all to understand what it means. For example, Exodus 13 verse 9 would be translated properly in a literal sense as this. And it shall be for you for a sign upon your hand and a remembrance, zicharon, like I mentioned earlier, between your eyes. The it that we are commanded to remember is the Exodus from Egypt, not the phylacteries. So this is a brief, very, very brief understanding of why Karaites, we study the entire Tanakh to come to the conclusions, very serious conclusions, and serious conclusions based on serious study of Tanakh. I hope that this video was helpful, and if you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll do so today. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, as it will very much be appreciated and will also help reach other people. Thank you so much. Shalom to everyone.